Good morning, it's Jane. Talk about goofy hair. I'm telling you, this hair is wild. All right, let's see. Um, I have worked a little bit on this scrappy blanket. And as you know, I'm just doing that granny rectangle. Now, once I have finished this cake here, I am going to probably add white and add to the sides and the top a little bit because it's a little longer than I want. We're getting close to the size for a lappan lengthwise, but not widthwise. So I'm going to add on both sides with white and the tops on white, and that I will do like solid, just double crochet all the way around, and hopefully that will be ready to show you next week. At least that's what I'm hoping. I've continued to work on the block stitch in the round, and I am enjoying this. These are both mindless, and that's what I like about some of these projects, is because they are so mindless, they're easy to do. And that's basically it for crochet. The only other thing I have been doing is, and I will say this, I'm going to be putting the house up for sale. I sat back and looked, and I cannot keep up with the yard work on the house. I mean, there's no yard yet, but the things that I'm having to do with the bamboo and keeping, pulling out some of the other things that are growing that don't need to be there. Can't keep up with that. The other thing is, this house is so big. It takes me almost a week to get it clean room to room. And as my son told me, Mother, most people downsize, you supersized. And yes, I love this house. I love everything about it, the exception of having to clean so much of it. Because, cats, I have 2 cats. And funny thing is, as you're going around the house, you'll find little tufts of fur where they've played and fought and whatnot. And I'm constantly cleaning after them. So, yeah, I'm looking for something a little bit smaller, a little bit more manageable for me. So, but that's been an experience in itself. I have started to break down my yarn wall in that back room where I filmed in the very beginning in front of all the yarn. So I've been packing that up, so it's ready to move. Started working on the sewing side, packing those things up, and it's going to take me a little bit, and I know that. So, yeah, that's kind of where I'm at right now on top of everything else. So, yeah, okay. I am going to insert a little portion here of the bags that are for sale, and then I will come back in just a moment. Hi, it's Jane. I'm going to be filming this in 2 parts because I have some things I need to do. So when you see this Monday, know that today it's Sunday and I am filming this portion now. It is simply the portion where I have the bags that will be going up in the shop. So let me show you what I've got so far. I once again have what I call the Bible purses. These are zippered bookmark pouches, and the reason they're nicknamed the Bible purse is because you can put not only your pens, pencils, but tissues, medicine, cough drops, money, license, whatever you would like to carry with you to church, so you don't have to carry a big bag. Although I carry a church bag. It's what I call it, my church bag and my purse and everything in it. But there will be a couple of those that will be up in the shop And those are the items that actually don't sell tonight. I have a feeling some of them will sell this evening. I have someone who wants to purchase one, and I'm going to a gospel concert. And so I got a feeling a couple of folks may purchase. But, you know, that's not the goal of the gospel concert. This is just the place where the gal and I are meeting up to do that. All right, I have the, had to find my notes, folks. Mainly my notes are the bag sizes. This one is the Hawaiian hibiscus print. It is a drawstring bag. I only have one drawstring bag. Oh look, I have a string hanging. Just remember, any additional strings are actually free of charge. But this hibiscus drawstring bag measures 12.5 by 14.5 tall and has almost a 5-inch boxed bottom. The interior is a pretty blue print, flower print. And there's only one of these. I do have one of that in a tote, the hibiscus Hawaiian flower in a tote. The bag measures 14 3/4 across, 14.5 tall, and about a 4.5-inch box bottom. It does have a snap closure, but it also has a zippered notions pouch that does come with it. And the pouch measures 7 3/4 wide, and it's 5 inches tall. And this is nice fabric, guys. Beautiful fabric. Just love the way the hibiscus are on that. Then I have what I call the Amazing Grace bag. And this is a tote that features lyrics to the song Amazing Grace. Also has butterflies and flowers, you know, all kinds of different things in it. Different types of crosses, scrolls. Just beautiful. It also has a snap closure. The interior is a light yellow, almost a tan color. And this bag measures 14 3/4 inch wide by 15 tall and has a 5-inch box bottom. Also has a zippered notions pouch, which is 6 inches tall by 8 inches. So yeah, that's one of my favorite fabrics when it comes to religious fabrics because it's so beautiful. Now I have 2 totes that are made out of this fabric with the blue and the purple flowers and the paisleys, but they measure differently. This one measures 17.5 inches wide by 13 inches tall, or 13.5 inches tall, with not quite a 5-inch box bottom. It's about 4 3/4 inches. Snap closure. Also has a zippered notions pouch, and the pouch is 5 inches tall by 7 3/4 inches long. It does have a light blue flower print on the inside. And the next one, it's basically same type. It's just oriented different. It is 15 inches wide by 15 inches tall. It also has a notions pouch, which is 6 inches tall by 7.5 inches long. And it does have that blue print on the inside, flowered print, and it also has the snaps. Sorry about that, folks. Let me get a drink. Okay, the next pouch or tote is this nice, beautiful flowered print. I found another section of it. It is a softer bag because it has fleece on the interfacing interior, so it's a little softer. It has a snap closure as well, and it measures 15.5 across, 13 tall, has a 5-inch boxed bottom, like I said, snap closure. It has a deep blue fabric on the interior, but it also has a slip pocket in it. But then the pouch, I didn't have enough fabric for the pouch, so I made it out of rose gold vinyl. So that Zippered Notions pouch is about 5 3/4 inch tall by 7 inch wide. And it goes with that bag there. That is it for the bag section. I do have some more vinyl pouches that I will be making a little bit later on this week. They're just going to be pouches by themselves. I just need to get rid of the vinyl. And so I'll put those pouches up there for sale as well. Most of them are going to measure about 5.5 to 5 inches wide. Tall by about 7 3/4 inch long, 8 inches long. So yeah, those pouches will be coming up later on in the week, though. Yeah, so the day that you're seeing this, these should be up in the shop and ready to be sold or purchased, I guess. All right, I will let you go for this portion, and I'll come back and film the rest of this in the morning. Okay, and as far as bag-wise, I do have some Star Trek bags that are being cut. I do have a couple already cut. I need to find linings for them to cut. And then I also have a couple more flower prints in the way of zippered bags. They're going to be zippered tote bags. So I can use up some of the zippers that I have. I have quite a number of zippers, so I'm going to make a couple of zippered tote bags within the next 2 weeks and put those up for sale. As far as makes, I'm going to solely work on these blankets that I have started. I'm not going to start anything else at the moment. Trying not to, although I want to start, do want to make the top that Crystal Bag a Day just put out. But I have the yarn set aside for that, so that once I get one blanket done, I can start that. And that is for me. So, yeah, those are the goings on here. Yeah. All right. Are you ready for a little what in Tarnation? It's going to be a pretty short one today. Space debris. 2 mysterious objects crashed to the ground in North Carolina. 2 mysterious objects were found 40 miles apart in the North Carolina mountains. Both objects were found near the end of May. They're black with what appears to be carbon-like weaving and burnt titanium. Justin Klontz, a grounds maintenance worker at the Glamping Collective, found the first object. It was approximately 3 feet high and too heavy to carry. Klontz had to get a lawnmower to tow it off the trail. Mike Wooten found the second object in his yard. He said he heard a thump on the roof of his house and noticed the object in his yard when he went outside to investigate. I looked out into the yard and saw this piece laying in the yard, and at first glance, it looked like a dead crow had flown into my house and fell there. But I came down and I took a stick to poke it, and I realized it wasn't a crow, of course, Wooten told local ABC affiliate WLOS. Aviation and space experts have not released any official word on what the objects are. However, Jonathan McDowell, an astronomer and astrophysicist at the Harvard-Smithsonian Center for Astrophysicists shared this post on X. This definitely looks consistent with being a bit of the Crew 7 Dragon's trunk, which re-entered on a path right over this location on Tuesday. I'm assuming there's probably other parts of this somewhere, other places, Wooten said. Wooten said he plans to reach out to the Glamping Collective in Canton and see if the two pieces match up. That should be interesting. Have you ever seen deer swimming? I don't think I have. Deer seen swimming at a California state beach. If surfing otters weren't enough, now you have body surfing deer at Sea Cliff State Beach in California. Valencia elementary school students on a field trip got to see just that on Tuesday. A parent, Mrs. Martinez, then took video of the deer swimming near the shore. Sea Cliff State Beach is a beach park on Monterey Bay in Santa Cruz County, California. Sister station, KSBW, was told the deer ran down the mountain onto the beach, dove into the surf, swam out a ways, then swam parallel with the beach. That's according to Linnell Wing, a third-grade teacher. The deer then caught a wave, wiped out, came back up, and tried catching another wave, but changed its mind. The animal eventually went back into the forest. You know, I guess he had to get his little groove on. Who knows? Remember Charlotte the stingray? Well, there's been a new development to Charlotte. Charlotte the stingray is no longer pregnant. North Carolina Aquarium will temporarily close Charlotte. A stingray that went viral in North Charlotte, not Texas, North Carolina. A stingray that went viral in North Carolina for a miraculous pregnancy is no longer pregnant, according to the aquarium and shark lab in Hendersonville, where Charlotte lives. Earlier this year, the aquarium team found Charlotte was pregnant, even though there were no male stingrays in her tank. In late May, the aquarium revealed that Charlotte has a rare reproductive disease that negatively impacts her reproductive system. The aquarium said Charlotte is stable and has shown no decrease in her appetite or activity. The aquarium will remain temporarily closed as the team cares for Charlotte. The team did not clarify what the disease is, but said there is limited research of the disease. We will work with and be guided by veterinarians and specialists to better understand this disease and the treatment options for Charlotte. Team Echo said in a Facebook post. That's a strange development, isn't it? I was wondering what had happened to Charlotte, so I thought, we haven't seen anything lately, and I hadn't seen anything, so thought I would update you. Bear interrupts California man washing his dishes, and there's video. California man washing the dishes in his kitchen found himself interrupted by a trespassing bear, and he caught the encounter on camera. Jason Whiteman said he was washing dishes. Sorry about that, folks. At his Sierra Madre home when he looked to the side and saw a bear in his doorway. He posted a video to Facebook showing the encounter. Hello? Are you nice? Whiteman says in the video. You're in my house. Get out of my house. Whiteman said bears are common in his area, but he was stunned to see one inside his house. I don't even remember what I was saying, he told KCAL TV. It was happening so fast, there was a bear in my kitchen. The bear left without incident. There are 370 recorded bear sightings in Sierra Madre in 2023, with 70 of the incidents involving a bear entering a home. Deputy City Manager Laura Aguilar said there have been more than 100 bear sightings so far this year, but only 3 reports of the animals entering homes. She credited measures, including bare resident trash cans and bans on feeding wildlife, with helping to reduce the number of Bruin incursions. Stranded cat rescued from owner's chimney. Cats can get into some of the strangest positions. A team of chimney sweeps in England came to the rescue of a pet cat who spent a day and a half trapped inside a chimney. Owners Dylan Tanzer and Amy Becks said their 10-month-old cat, Luna, became stranded after climbing through a skylight to the roof of their Desborough home and falling into the chimney. Firefighters initially attempted to rescue Luna, but their efforts only led to Luna fleeing further into the chimney stack. A crew from Avondale Sweeps was contacted for help, and they were able to use specialist cameras to pinpoint her location. After several hours of investigation and struggle, we managed to break into a redundant flue to locate the cat and save her. Have you ever seen clouds that kind of look like it might be a UFO? Unusual hole punch cloud spotted over Vermont and New York. The National Weather Service said an unusual hole punch cloud spotted over Vermont and New York's Champlain Valley was likely the result of a passing plane. The National Weather Service office in Burlington, Vermont said a cloud spotted in the Sunday morning sky bears what is known as a fall streak hole, also known as a hole punch cloud. Photos show the cloud with a large spot of blue sky showing through its center. This type of cloud is usually formed when the water temperature of the cloud is below freezing, but the water has not frozen. They did say that this particular fall streak hole was likely caused by an airplane. When an aircraft passes through the cloud, the air around its wing and body expands and cools, triggering the water droplets to turn into tiny ice crystals, which are heavier than droplets and will begin to fall out of the cloud, leaving a hole behind. Now this next story, Congressman's 6-year-old steals the show on the House floor. I don't care if you're Republican, Democrat, I don't care if you agree with his statement or not. The antics of his child behind him are what make this story, and it's worth a watch. A congressman delivering remarks on the House floor was upstaged by his own 6-year-old son, who decided to show off his funny faces for the cameras. The clip, broadcast on C-SPAN and shared to the network's social media channels, shows Representative John Rose, a Republican from Tennessee, delivering remarks about former President Donald Trump's recent conviction while his son Guy sits behind him. Guy appears to spot the C-SPAN camera and first smiles before launching into a series of funny expressions, including sticking out his tongue, rolling his eyes, and shaking his head. This is what I get for telling my son Guy to smile at the camera for his little brother, the congressman wrote on social media. And it's a rather cute video. You know, kids acting like kids, oblivious to what's going on in the world today. And that is it, my friends, for What in Tarnation. And now we're ready for the devotional. This comes from God's promises, promises from God's heart, promises from God's heart for justice. Your throne is founded on 2 strong pillars. The one is justice and the other righteousness. Mercy and truth walk before you as your attendants. Psalm 89:14. Then the Lord said, will not God grant justice to his elect who cry out to him day and night? Will he delay to help them? I tell you that he will swiftly grant them justice. Luke 18, verse 6 through 8. The works of his hands are truth and justice. All his instructions are trustworthy. They are established forever and ever, enacted in truth and in what is right. Psalm 11, 7 through 8. True justice must be given to foreigners living among you and to orphans, and you must never accept a widow's garment as security for her debt. Deuteronomy 24:17. Here is my servant whom I have chosen, my beloved in whom my soul delights. I will put my spirit on him, and he will proclaim justice to the nations. Matthew 12:28. But the Lord sits enthroned forever. He has established his throne for judgment. He judges the world with righteousness. He executes judgment on the nations with fairness. The Lord is a refuge for the oppressed, a refuge in times of trouble. Psalm 9, 7 through 9. The God of Israel spoke. The rock of Israel said to me, whoever rules fairly over people, who rules with respect for God, is like the morning light at dawn, like a morning without clouds. He is like sunshine after a rain that makes the grass sprout from the ground. 2 Samuel 23, verse 3 through 4. And that is it for today's video. I know it's short, but not a whole lot going on here other than a lot of work. All right, guys, that is it. I'll see you again later on in the week. Everybody have a blessed week. And remember, be kind to one another. See you guys soon. Bye.